My fiancée said. I slept at work after a late client dinner. Badge logs showed her exit at 10, not midnight. Garage cameras caught her walking out with her ex, his hand on her back. The concierge forwarded an after-hours guest form by mistake. His full name was on it. I saved everything. I, 30, male, manage IT tickets for a healthcare company in St. Louis, Missouri. I rent a small 2-bedroom and keep life quiet. Her name is Alyssa. We met at a trivia night. She works in brand partnerships. We got engaged in the spring. My best friend is Ethan. My sister is Laura. That is my circle. Alyssa texted at 7 p.m. Client dinner ran late. I will sleep at the office lounge. I said okay. I am not the jealous type. I want my partner to win at work. I set my phone down and put leftovers in the oven. At 10:23 my phone buzzed. The tenant portal sent an automated email to our shared emergency contact inbox. We set that up months ago for safety. The subject read, after hours guest request approved. The body showed her name and one guest. Derek M. I knew that name. Old boyfriend. I stared at the line until the words stopped swimming. I did not call. I opened a notes app and wrote the time. I saved the email as a PDF and a screenshot. I put both into a folder named Friday. At 10:41 Ethan sent a short text. You up? I wrote yes. He sent a still from a public garage camera near Alyssa's office. He works in the same complex and sees the rotating lobby feeds at the security desk when he leaves late. The still showed Alyssa in a blazer, Derek at her shoulder, his hand on her back as they walked out a side door. The timestamp sat at 10:12. I breathed slow. I saved the still. I checked my email again. The building access summary that arrives each morning had already queued. You can opt into those summaries. Alyssa did a while back and added me as a trusted contact. It showed her badge in at 8:52 am, out at 10:30 p.m., no reentry, no all-night stay. That was the nail. I looked at the oven and turned it off. I wrote a timeline. I did not rage. Anger fogs details. Details matter. Update 1. I called the building concierge and asked a calm question. I said I received an after-hours guest approval email by mistake. I asked if that meant the guest came into tenant spaces. The concierge said approved guests can access lounges only, not floors. He spoke in a careful voice. He said the form shows time and name. I said I had both. He said then their policy worked. I thanked him. I saved his first name and the time of the call. I sat on the couch with the TV on mute and waited for my hands to stop shaking. At midnight my shared inbox pinged again. A rideshare receipt forwarded from Alyssa's work account hit the folder. She forwards all work expenses to the same inbox for tracking. The pickup was the office garage. The drop was Riverside Lofts. That is Derek's building. I recognized the street. I saved the receipt in the map. I texted Laura. She is steady. She called at once. I said the facts. No spin. After hours form with his name. Badge out at 10. Garage still. Rideshare to his building. She said one thing. You are not crazy. I exhaled like I had been holding my breath for weeks. I slept 4 hours. Morning came like a dull light. Alyssa texted at 17:02. Coffee then meetings. I wrote back. Meet me at noon, cafe by the park. She sent a heart. It felt wrong. At noon she walked in with a bright smile. I set my phone on the table and spoke slow. I read the timeline. I showed the access summary. I showed the rideshare. I showed the guest form with Derek's name. I did not raise my voice. She stared at each item like it might turn into something else if she blinked enough. She said she fell asleep in the lounge then woke up and went home at dawn. I said the badge says 10. She said her badge must have failed. I said we tested that last month when the readers glitched. Every exit logs. She switched lanes. She said Derek met her at the lobby to talk about a charity. She said he helped her call a car. She said nothing happened. I asked to see her messages with Derek for the last week. I said phones on the table. We scroll together. She said I was controlling. She said I did not trust her love. I said I trusted logs more than stories. She stood up and walked out. No hug, no tears, just a tight jaw. I paid for my coffee and sat there until the table stopped feeling like it spun. Then I called my therapist and moved my next appointment up. I needed a place to sort this without breaking things. Update 1 ended with one action. I exported the entire shared inbox to a drive. I labeled it by date. I felt a small measure of calm hold. Update 2. Ethan met me after work with a bag of tacos and a look that said he had more. He put his phone down and opened a group text he had been in from years ago. Derek never left the thread. At 11:05 the night before, Derek had posted a blurry bar photo and wrote, "Office girl nightcap." A friend replied, The fiancé cool. Derek sent a wink. Ethan scrolled to the timestamp and stopped. He said he hated playing a part in this. I said he was handing me truth. I took screenshots, I saved them. I drove home to grab a few things. Alyssa sat on the couch, hair up, laptop open. She looked tired and beautiful and far away. She asked if we were okay. I said we were not. I asked again for phone messages with Derek. She said no. I walked to the bedroom and took my passport, my birth certificate, my social card, and my work laptop. I left furniture. I left the TV. I left our new rug she loved. I am not going to fight over a rug. She followed me to the door and said I was making a scene. I said I was leaving to calm down. I said we would talk in a day at a neutral place. She said if I walk out it means I do not love her. I said love holds a line when trust breaks. I left. Ethan's guest room is small and clean. He handed me a blanket and turned on a dumb movie. He did not talk. He knows how to let silence do work. Morning brought an email from Alyssa's office. HR sent a building policy reminder to all staff. The subject read, After Hours Guest Protocol. The body said to register any non-employee after hours. It said misuse could lead to badge suspension. It was a generic message. It hit my inbox because I was listed on the emergency contact. I saved it. A second email came an hour later. Finance sent Alyssa a notice asking her to tag business-related rideshare receipts. It listed the trip to Riverside Lofts, not flagged as business. I stared at that line for a long time. She had no way to spin that one clean. I saved it. At lunch I walked to Riverside Lofts. I did not go inside. I looked at the entrance and the valet stand. A small sign listed a 24-hour camera notice. I stepped back and took a photo of the sign. I did not need the inside footage. I had the receipt. Laura called and asked if she should come over. I said not yet. She told me to eat real food. I ate another taco and laughed at how greasy life feels in moments like this. I wrote a short plan. Ask once more, with evidence in a folder. If she doubled down in the engagement, cancel our date at the courthouse. Ask her to pick a time to collect her things. Keep it boring, even. Boring is safe. I ended update 2 with a message. I texted Alyssa. Meet me tomorrow at noon at the library. Phone's on the table. If you refuse I end this and send a letter. She read it. She did not reply. Update 3. She showed up. She sat across from me at a quiet table in a study room. We both put our phones down. I opened my folder and pushed it across. Guest approval with Derek's name. Badge summary. Garage still. Rideshare to Riverside Lofts. Derek's group text brag. HR policy email. Finance nudge. She did not speak at first. Then she tried one more story. She said work pressure made her stupid. She said Derek helped her think about a pitch because he knows her industry. She said the car went to his building because the driver tapped the wrong address. She said she went home after a drink. She said this with a face that almost convinced me if I had not had the receipts. I asked for one thing. Open your messages with Derek. She whispered. I deleted them. She said it like she had performed a kind act. The room narrowed to a point. I told her the engagement was over. I told her I would not yell. I would not post. I would not call her boss. I told her we would divide things clean. I told her I would send a short letter through a small firm to set boundaries. She nodded like a puppet. Then she cried. She asked if there was anything she could do. I said confessing would have helped yesterday. Today we were done. I left the library and called a local attorney, Miss Chang. She writes simple letters. She drafted one that asked Alyssa to stop using our joint card for personal items, to schedule a time with me present to pick up her belongings, to stop contacting me at work, and to refrain from posting about me. No threats. Clear lines. That night the building manager for my apartment called. A man had come by asking for a spare key. He said Alyssa needed help moving boxes. He gave a first name only, Derek. The manager denied him and logged the attempt. He emailed me the note. I sent it to Ms. Chang. She added one paragraph to the letter about trespass. She sent it. Alyssa posted a black screen story. Some men control because they cannot love. She did not use my name. People can still do the math. Ms. Chang sent a short reply reminding her to stop posting. The story came down in 30 minutes. I boxed Alyssa's things. 3 bins, closet, bath, desk. I labeled each. Laura came to sit with me while Alyssa picked them up. The building manager watched, clipboard in hand. Alyssa kept her eyes on the floor. She took the bins and left without a word. Small claims court sat on my list for one thing. Trips and upgrades on the joint card she made with Derek in the weeks before. 2 hotel bar charges had hit after I asked her to stop. Tiny money. Important line. We filed. The judge asked if I had told her to stop using the card. I showed Ms. Chang's letter and the email read receipt. He asked if the charges were authorized. No, he awarded the amount and the filing fee. No speeches. No drama. I walked out lighter. Derek texted me later from a new number. You were never her level. I blocked it. I did not save it. My folder had enough. Final update. 2 months passed. My hand stopped shaking when my phone buzzed. I moved the couch. I changed my lock. I kept my mornings simple. Oatmeal, coffee, a quiet run by the river before work. Ethan and I signed up for a weekend basketball run. We are average. We show up. Showing up feels like medicine. Laura calls on Sundays and tells me what her kids did. I listen. I talk less than I used to. I feel more. HR at Alyssa's company sent a final note to the emergency contact list. They removed me from her profile. It felt like a clean click in my head. One less tie. Miss Chang closed my file with a short email. You kept it steady. Good job. I paid her invoice the same day. I put the receipt in my folder. Then I put the folder in a drawer. It does not live on my desk anymore. Alyssa texted once. I am sorry. I panicked. I wanted to win. I typed a paragraph. I deleted it. I wrote 2 words. Be well. That is all I had. I made rules for future me. If a partner says they will sleep at work, I will trust first, then verify if my stomach flips. I will not ignore logs. I will not argue with cameras. Joint money is for joint bills. No secret rides across town. If someone calls my request for phone transparency control, I hear the alarm. If proof lands, I save it. I speak once, I act, then I go quiet. I do not hate Alyssa. I miss her laugh in the kitchen at breakfast. I do not miss living in a fog. I like clean air more than I like being right. I kept 1 photo on my desk. Ethan and Laura at my table eating takeout and laughing at a dumb show. It reminds me who stays when life tips. I pass Riverside Lofts sometimes on the way to a client office. The valet stand looks the same. People roll luggage across the curb, phones in hand, lives running their own lines. I feel nothing sharp now. Only forward. If you are sitting with an email that knocks the wind out of you, hear me. Write the time. Save the file. Ask 1 clear question. If the answer bends the facts, trust the facts. Keep your voice low. Make your moves in daylight. Call a lawyer for a simple letter if you need a line. You do not have to shout to end a lie. I sleep better now. I wake before my alarm. I make coffee and answer tickets and take short walks in the sun. My lock turns with a clean click. My name is mine again. One day I will sit across from someone who puts her phone on the table without a speech. I will do the same. We will make small plans. We will keep them. Until then I will keep my space neat, my steps steady, and my folder in a drawer where it belongs. I lock my door. I breathe. I live.